Hey guys, RC here. Welcome back to episode 3.4. I hope my video didn't freeze over here. Let's see. Alright, we just finished Oregon and now we are moving on to USC and Utah. Let's see who's first. USC, alright. Projected to finish third, 4 conference championships, 242 and 95 overall. Minnesota, Navy, at Baylor. And that's not a gimme game, you know, with Darren. Well, is Darren there anymore? I don't think he is. Okay, well, so that may be a little bit easier, but still, you know, he had put some talent there. It looks like my video froze for episode 2, so I will have to go and redo that here in a little while after this video. One thing at a time. Alright, so let's take a look at the depth chart for the Trojans. Gurley, Jr. He must have been a JUCO player. Okay. Actually a little weaker than I thought they'd be, but they got a JUCO guy, so that's probably going to make their season. 2 solid running backs, a really good fullback, a solid pair of receivers, although we have development issues behind there. And development people at tight end as well. So probably lean more on the running game, but you can still throw with these guys. You know, the quarterback makes a lot more difference than these guys do. Strong across the front with the exception of that right tackle. Again, some development guys there that need another year, maybe 2 to get up to maximum potential and really be, you know, Pac-12 worthy. Outside of that, whoa, I did not realize that Danny's got a relative playing in the league, Jordan Zarzutsky. Cool, starting nose tackle or defensive tackle for USC. Bet Danny didn't know that either. Really good defensive line. Look at the depth on the defensive end, boy. Wow. I'd probably run a 3-4 there, but, well, can't really do that because you don't have any strength at middle, so never mind. Disregard that. I wouldn't be surprised to maybe see some of these defensive tackles slotting into the defensive ends into the defensive tackle slot. Rashid should bring some really good pressure off the edge on the strong side. We've got you know, development guys here, and you know, Lewis, Bishop. You even hate to see that up there. 3 good corners, at least 1 good safety, so he ought to be pretty good in his secondary. I think he's going to rely on his offense more than his defense, but you got to love that depth at that defensive tackle spot. Wow. All right, let's take a look at Utah. Looking at 4th place, 7 conference championships. Now, some of their conference championships may have come before they were in the Pac-12. They were a team that got promoted up. But still, not even 100 losses. Probably going to get that this year, which that's not bad for 25 seasons, right? Temple, New Mexico, and at Pittsburgh. He certainly ends with a doozy there. Dialed up 1-800 cupcakes there early in the season, but hey, you know, everybody's got to get their feet wet before they jump into this schedule. Olson, wow, okay. So yeah, we're going to have probably a really big concern Olsen will probably be pretty good at some point. It just won't be this year. Now, he is a sophomore. 14 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, and forgive the noise, I'm chewing on Easter eggs. um, Running backs, really good. Receivers, not bad, but all of them need some development time. Gibbons will be really good. He's a sophomore. Solid across the offensive line. A little bit of depth, mostly development across the board. Glad to see the way below average guy, but at least we have a 3 deep depth chart. So not too bad, but I really think fourth place is probably the best they can hope for, just based on the quarterbacks that we've looked at. Defensively, they're going to struggle. I mean, they're going to struggle bad. Yeah, fourth place is probably the best they can hope for. Defense may actually cost them some games. You've got Akers is good, but everybody else is really project people at this point that you need to develop. They could be picked on in the secondary just because these guys are not developed yet. I wonder, freshman, sophomore. So yeah, a lot of underclassmen. What? Heck, only 5 seniors. So they're not going to have many. They're not going to have many scholarships next year. That's going to be troubling. But only 5 seniors and 19 juniors. So yeah, they're going to be a very young team. So probably next year they'll be a lot better off. 2 years they'll probably be much better off. At some point, he needs to balance that out with some JUCOs or red shirts or whatever. So good luck to Utah this year. I think they're going to need it. But not too bad. Tell you what, bear with me here. I'm going to try to get this video uploaded again. It's stuck, and that happens sometimes. All right, there it goes. Bear with me, fellas. All right, that gets us going there. Good. Sorry about that. All right, next up for us is the Mountain West. All right. So taking a look here, we've got Air Force projected to finish first. Definitely a long way from when I took them over, when we were projected to finish around 5th to 7th. Colorado State 4th. Wyoming picked to finish 9th. Washington State recently demoted 5th out of the Pac-12. Idaho 2nd. I think Myril took that job on purpose just to cause me trouble. And I tell you what, he's doing a lot with the 39 prestige team. Let me tell you. Utah State 7th. UNLV 8th. New Mexico 6th. New Mexico State 10th. Hawaii 12th. Nevada should be the team in 3rd. There they are. and UTEP, 11th place. If we take a look at the coaches over in the Mountain West, did I pass them up? There they are. All right, so you got me at Air Force, Darren at Hawaii, Mike Myrle at Idaho. Nevada's open. They had a coach, but they are now open. Not sure when that happened. Greg is at New Mexico State. Yep, New Mexico State. And Sean is down at Wyoming. So I tell you what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nevada's open. Air Force, Colorado State. So let's bump them. Tell you what, we'll do New Mexico State and Wyoming, just to throw in some human owners, if that's all right with you guys. I'm going to go ahead and publish that video when it's done. All right, well, you know, we're going to go alphabetized, so I'll do my team first. Air Force, projected to finish first, 175 and 140 lifetime, 5 conference championships. Most of those have come recently, since me getting there. Balanced offense, running back Jared Bulldog. I got him as a transfer player 2 years ago, and he sat out last year. So I've got some guys that I'm interested to see. I haven't actually really looked at my team yet. I still, and we're running a 3-3-5, mainly because I think I can get away with it. I'm just not sure how well it'll work, and it's my first year, so I want to play with it as much as I can. Colorado, at number 22, Nebraska, at North Texas from the Big 12, and at Mississippi State from the SEC. So we ended up with 4 human opponents, a ranked team, a team that finished ranked last year and made the playoffs, and won the Big 12 North. So won't be an easy year this year. We're going to really have to run the conference table, go undefeated, and try to get in that way to the playoffs. Depth chart, we don't really have a lot going on at quarterback. Brown, a junior, I think he was a transfer. You know, I just got him because I wasn't sure if he'd be any better than the other guys that I had. Willie Orr is a 2-year starter, about 20 touchdowns, 8 interceptions a year. He's pretty durable. He split time with some other guys that we've had in the past. Simpkins was a guy that I had originally gotten and thought he might be okay, and luckily he kind of fell by the wayside. Bulldog was the guy that we got. Let's see, so 2 years ago, he averaged almost 4 yards a carry. I forget where he came from, but he was out of Texas, the number 17 ranked running back. So looking forward to him being there this year and seeing what we can do with him. That harkens back to my first year with Air Force. They actually had a transfer quarterback that was running back that was really, really good. Pretty decent depth at fullback. Yeah, I've got one really good receiver that I had been able to recruit. 24, yep. And you know, I've got some guys here like Logan. I think they're going to be really, really good. Just need to develop them. I've put a little depth on the offensive line, some quality. Dorsey and Duncan just need some more playing time. I finally have gotten basically 2 deep at every position, which has been my goal. I think I finally got there maybe last year for the first time, and that was my goal. Same thing on defense. I was just trying to get to 2 deep to where I could deal with injuries. Because, you know, you lose one player, and if it's your best player, you know, then you lose your advantage. Then you go in the toilet, you lose 3 or 4 games while he's hurt, and boom, your season's over. So with a little depth, I can hold that off. Um, Not real great on the edges, but for this conference, I think it's going to be fine. Um, we're going to go with 3 on the front, Parkinson, Mullins, and Reed. We actually have Hostetler to back up linebackers, so that's actually good. Um, I'd really like to upgrade my corners a little bit, but again, I think for Mountain West, they're okay. Um, and I fully suspect that when I do my export tonight or for the first week of the season, because tonight's red shirts, when I actually get around to doing this, probably Doherty will be my starting free safety, even if I don't change his position, which I haven't. I'll move some of these strong safeties into the free safety slot to take advantage of their better performance. And then, of course, playing a 3-3-5, I've got some good depth at nickel defensive back. So I really like my chances this year to come back and, be in the hunt for the conference title again. Brown, I like his stats. We just have to see what he can do. He's not very durable, 66, 51 endurance, or may see some playing time. Oh, good. So that's up. Um, yeah, I just, we're going to go as far as Brown can go, and I like Bulldog. We're going to probably run the ball a lot more this year. Don't know that I'm going to change my scheme a whole lot, but we'll probably mix in some more running plays that we have not done in the previous years with his ability there. Let's go ahead and take a look at Idaho. And actually, I not to hoe, you to hoe, Myral. F, G. Are you shitting me? Alright, I might retire tonight. Myral's already pissed me off with recruiting 2 blue chip quarterbacks at Texas Tech. How the hell does a 39 prestige team get a 5-star quarterback? Eh, I ain't cool with that at all. 1 conference championship, 120 and 183 lifetime. West Coast, Robbie American, no doubt. A 34 defense, outside linebacker Josh Johnson. At Akron, at Middle Tennessee State, home games with Louisiana Lafayette and Arizona State to close out the season. All right, pardon my French, cover your ears, put headphones on if you've got kids in the room. How in the fuck did Idaho land this guy? And how did a guy number 936 turn into a 4.5-star player? Because that should be impossible. I've never seen that. This is a guy that should probably be a 2.5, 3-star at best. And he's a 4.5-star blue chipper? Are you kidding me? Comment below because I call bullshit on this one. I don't know how that happened. Yeah, going from 48% to 62%, you think? And I'm not sure how he threw 11 interceptions, but thank God, or he probably would have destroyed the league last year. But still, almost 4,000 yards, and he ought to be even better this year, and we've got him for 2 more years. Well, that's going to win him a bunch of games all by itself, and he's got a good running back. Little weak on the offensive line. That might be able to be exploited with the blitz, and you'll probably have to with American. Luckily, he doesn't have a great receiving core to throw to, so that's going to hold him back a little bit. Too deep on the defensive ends. very weak up the middle. So you'll probably be able to run up the middle on these guys. And that may be where I have to go with Bulldog to grind it out to keep American off the field. You can see I'm already thinking about how to try to attack this team. Um, Solid linebacker core, though. I would look for them to make a lot of tackles this year behind Walton and Gilbert. Pretty good secondary at corner. Not the greatest, but serviceable for sure. Couple of guys that need to develop. And same thing at safety. I think Roberts will be pretty good for this conference. Just needs to develop and probably needs some more depth down there. I'm just flabbergasted at the quarterback situation there. How did he do that? Myral, write a book. I will buy it. 1995, checks in the mail, dude. Need to know. Need to know. New Mexico State. Since we're trying to do human owners over CPU owners, picked to finish 10th. Looking for 1 or 2 wins in the conference. 103 and 200 lifetime. 5 postseason appearances. At Oregon, at South Carolina, at A&M, and at Kent State. Are we sure this is a human-run team? Because all 4 games are on the road. Well, again, I'm not even co-commissioner anymore. I'm just the co-sim runner. I haven't actually been co-commissioner in a while because I don't have any input in the league anymore, which is fine. But I don't keep any of this up to date. I don't have any input in this, so I'm only going off of what Darren puts out here for us. Greg, did you leave this school or what? Because that doesn't look like a schedule that Greg or any other human owner that I know would put together with 4 road games. That's pretty tough. If you did that, kudos. We're going to go ahead and cover them anyway on the assumption that they're a human-run team. Vertical passing, quarterback Billy Pack. 3-3-5 defense, so another team running that. Defensive tackle Rod Cole. Ooh. Hey, they got a receiver that could probably catch the ball, and the center can probably snap the ball without throwing it over the quarterback's head. I'm not real comfortable about anybody else in here, and there's really not even any developmental people. So that looks like a dumpster fire. Cole and Williams. Samuels. You do have Bullocks. Aguiar won't be bad. A couple of these guys like Hawkins can develop and be good at this level. Hawkins up here, just not a lot of depth. So that's pretty typical for a 28 prestige team. Again, I'm not sure if Greg's still there or not. Oh, you know what we can do? We can look at history. Nope. There we go. New Mexico State. All right. Well, I don't see Greg on here at all. JC was there. JC came back. And then yeah, I'm guessing unless Greg just took over, but it says he's been here since 23. Oh, wait, that's New Mexico State. Ah, okay. Well, that's just my fault for not knowing the logo. My bad. All right, well, let's go look at New Mexico then. There we go. Yeah. All right, this is more what I had expected to see. All right, so they're looking at a 6th place finish. Running back Tristan Stanley, inside linebacker Zachary Evans. 1 game over 500 for their career, and a conference title. At Boise, at Utah, Middle Tennessee State, and Louisiana Monroe, which that won't be an easy game. Either one of those to end the season. So that could cause some problems. They're going to have to try to win those. Boise, Boise's not in the Big 12 anymore, are they? They might be. Yeah, they are, but they're open. So, yep, Darren's still at Baylor. All right. I thought he left Baylor, though. This may not be up to date. Just a guess. All right, let's see. All right, anyway, looking at the depth charts. So Dawkins on paper is their best quarterback right now, but Pearson has the most upside, so that may be the guy they go with. I've done that in the past. Just depends on how good he does this year. You know, and a lot of times with guys at this level, it's you could have a guy that looks worse on paper and could be the best quarterback out of the bunch. He's really strong at running back for this conference, really deep at receiver. I mean, 3 yellows across the board. Not a bad defensive line. I mean, offensive line on the left side. Stampers of development. Kind of weak at center. And just completely porous at right tackle. I can see Bravo sliding out to right tackle and playing there this year, and at least trying to give him a little bit, and then maybe having Ayala be the backup tackle as well as 3rd string guard. That may plug a couple of holes. Defense, outside of Hodges coming on the edge, there's Curry will develop, Belton will develop. Not a lot there. Very strong linebacker core across the front, the starting 3. Clark behind them. Pruitt at corner. Battles will develop a little bit. A little weak at safety. So, they're going to be susceptible to the pass probably, and you can probably gouge them on the line. The linebackers are going to be torn between coming up in to support the run and dropping back into coverage. Depends on whether he runs more of a man-to-man or a zone scheme. But, if you guess right, you'll probably be able to gouge them pretty good. All right, we're going to go ahead and put a cut in here. We will come back and finish up with the Mountain West and move into, who's next? The Mid-American, the MAC. So we'll be back with that in the next episode. Thanks for checking it out. Take care.